So I very rarely become a fanboy of something. But let me explain why I do actually think this is worth it. Just bear with me. Look, if you're brewing in these 1-gallon containers, no, I don't think that you need to jump immediately to this. And let me explain why. If you're brewing in 1-gallon batches, you're going to lose quite a bit every time you check your sugars because you have to fill up one of those and then put in the hydrometer, and then you really can't put that back into the container, so you're going to lose some. Also, it's about experimenting with 1-gallon batches. You're playing around, you're kind of figuring it out, deciding if it's something you really want to get into or not. So the cost of getting one of these jugs, I mean, you're basically just buying a jug full of wine and enjoying it. But when you are ready to upgrade to something larger, there's a couple of options. These are fantastic, and I absolutely recommend them for people that are ready to jump up from a 1-gallon batch to a 5-gallon batch. They're inexpensive, they're easy to clean. If something gets broken or damaged, again, it's much easier to move. It's not glass, and that's important too, because glass can break, and they can get quite dangerous. Kind of like those. They're very cumbersome to move. They don't really fit in a fridge very well if you want a cold crash long term, and they take up a lot of space. Again, they're really heavy. If you don't have one of those carry handles, like this, which is an absolute must for these, because if this container gets wet or slippery at all, you can drop this. Not to mention how heavy this is. If it hits your foot, it could break and shatter, which is kind of dangerous to have a lot of glass laying around. I actually upgraded to a 15-gallon fermenter many years ago when I thought I was going to be brewing a lot more beer. The problem was I've only used it a couple of times because 15-gallon fermenters are really big, and unless you're brewing a lot of beer or wine or mead, it's just way more than you need. And I paid about $200 for that off of a guy on Facebook. Now I get it, $200 is quite a bit of money, but all I got with that was just a big fermenter. It's opaque, I can't see through it. This one I can. This one makes it easier for racking, basically, because when we get to those videos, you'll see, just discard that little bit, check your sugar level on it, and you're ready to go back. It also has a bottling attachment built right onto this, so I can just bottle straight from it. I really think this is worth it. And if you go to the link in my bio, you can get 10% off of this and free shipping. So it's not even $200. It's a little bit cheaper. Guys, don't go out and buy a bunch of equipment until you figure out what you need and what you want. You can scale, but after I bought all of this stuff, I spent as much as buying one of these. And I really like this. That's just my 2 cents. What do you like and what do you use?